Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Sunday video. You know how it is. Every week I do the same thing. Every Sunday, sometimes on Monday. But back again for the weekly update. I'm hoping this week is going to go smoothly. I think I'm at 3.5k USD away from passing 100k funded account. Which, yeah, I've obviously got a few funded accounts for passing that. I do mostly trade personal, but yeah, we'll see what the week gives us. We didn't trade any of my main pairs, so the three that I've got, GBP USD, Euro USD and GBP JPY, but we did take a few trades on gold. Join the Telegram. Everything's in the Telegram. All my trades I place are going to be in the Telegram, so if you want to see the trades I'm placing, the way I'm entering, because I'm not going to go over that on the video, join the Telegram, go watch the TikTok, go join the Instagram, and I'll catch you guys in the analysis. Peace. You already know we're back in the analysis part of the video. So we're going over GBP USD first. My previous video I said I cut out a bunch of pairs because it was just messing up with how many trades I wanted to see. I've seen a few too many entries. I kind of want to hone down on my major 3 pairs and leave it at that, and then gold as well because I'm a degenerate gambler. So we are going to go over GBP USD. So on the daily time frame, I am currently, this is completely fresh to me analyzing this. So what I will look at on the daily is the most previous break. Here we go with the fucking yawning again. Anyway, this for me is the most previous break. Okay, so we've got this clearly as a low for me, yeah, and this as a high, which I'll mark out. The low, the high, and then the previous break. So we broke up to create the new high, so we're in a bullish momentum at the minute, or let's just say we're bullish. Price came down, created a lower high, higher low, broke structure. Okay, so now we've broken this low, so now we are bearish for this market. So I'll move this up to here, and I'll move this down to here. And now what I will look for is some sort of area of interest inside of this zone, so the high and the low. You can see we rejected off of this high already, which is amazing. Just basically showing us that we still want to go down. We're not looking to go up right now. Whether or not we do go up or down, who the fuck knows, but we'll see. So for me, area of interest of how I like to see something is just a zone or somewhere where price is rejected off of beforehand. So you can see price rejected off of here, price rejected here, price rejected basically here, price is kind of rejected here, but we only class it rejection, rejected here because the wick didn't break above, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. This is all the shit I love to see. Okay, multiple rejections off of this zone. So what I will now wait for come next week is I will want price to break below this level. So if we break somewhere anywhere inside of this zone now, which is the third section or the second section of the low, then I'll be looking for shorts for it potentially to come back up to here and then continue to make its way down. But the only problem is what I'm seeing now is there's clearly multiple rejections around here as well, as you can see. Okay, so this is clearly another zone. So exactly what I've just marked out here now, price could come down, reject off of this zone, come back up and say, yeah, whatever your analysis is, Sonny, it's bullshit, man doesn't care about it, and continue to go up. But if it doesn't, it could reject off of this zone, like I said, and then continue to go down. We could even get a push down, rejection, clean, come back up again, and then continue to go down. This is the daily time frame, so that will probably be the whole of next week. So looking for this move is going to be quite difficult. So I want to get in essentially on something like this, or something like this, or then something like this. So these are the type of moves I'll be wanting to catch. Okay, so that's probably a day or 2 days worth of movement. Same with here and same with here. Okay, so I don't want to try and get in here and hold it the whole fucking week until it does this. It's probably not going to happen. What I'm trying to do is catch the 4 hour or the few hourly candles in there to get my move for my 1 to 2. Okay, so I'll be looking for this leg, and this leg down. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so let me just get rid of all the drawings for now. I'm going to go to the 4 hourly time frame. So we go to the 4 hour time frame, get rid of the pen. So for me, what I'll be looking for now is some sort of pattern to show on the 4 hour and wants to continue to go down. So what I'm kind of seeing at the minute is a head and shoulders type of pattern here. As you can see, for example, you can class this whole thing as a left shoulder, like this, head, do you know what I mean? Right shoulder down and come back up again. Okay, so this is kind of the head and shoulders. I would have preferred if price did just stay around here and reject, but it hasn't, so it's continued going up. So price could very well just reject off this and continue to the upside. I don't know. So what I'll be waiting for is definitely a break of this level before I look to get in. Okay. Essentially at the moment, that's what I'll be waiting for. Once I get a break of this level, I'll look for the retest. I'll look to try and get in on something like this. So something like this. Wrong. That's a long. I don't want to go long. Something like this. Let's say we've come down. I'll be looking for something like that for a 1 to 2, essentially. Yeah, if price does break that level, boom, lovely stuff. Like somewhere around here, you can see, boom. Let's say for a 1 to 2, that would be perfect. These are the type of moves I'm looking for. A rejection off of the zone, it's come back up, it's rejected off the zone, and we've gone down. I'll probably look for the hourly or the 15-minute entry for a confirmation that we're looking to go down. So if I zoom in a little bit more, you can kind of see it, head and shoulders. It just shows like an exhaustion. What I also like to look for is like an arc, so something like this. If it's coming back up to a point of interest, it's multiple rejections off of a certain zone. Yeah, and then you can see like the arc. Yeah, you can clearly see that price is it's tiring and coming up to this zone. It doesn't, people, the buying pressure is slowing down essentially. So that's what I'd be looking for on this zone here, which is gold for me. And then what I'd be looking for is something like a bullish engulfing. So the only bullish engulfing I can bearish engulfing I can see here is this one here. Bang, this big candle right here, which engulfs which engulfs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically pretty much all of this area here, which is fantastic. So I'll place my sell in there, for example. Place it, you can even place your stop loss here if you want to minimize your risk a little bit more. I'd place it up here, just because it can fuck around and you can find out. But for example, look at that for a trade. Bang, would have been perfect for a 1 to 2.5 or a 1 to 2, which I usually go for. Boom, perfect trade. I'm in, I'm out, lovely stuff. Caught that move down like I wanted to. So I'm looking for the exact same shit here over here, essentially. Okay. Euro USD now. Let me go to the daily time frame. If you want to see the entries and stuff like that, go and follow the Telegram. I'll continue to say, if you don't follow the Telegram, it's free, then it's on your head, mate. The only thing, like I said with this, we've kind of broken underneath the EMA, which I use as a confluence, but Euro USD, we're above the EMA. These two pairs kind of trade similar for me, so looking for a long on Euro USD and a short on GBP USD is a bit you know, but government shutdown as well, so that's going to have an effect on the market, so who knows. But at the moment, daily time frame, I am bearish. I just like to see price underneath the EMA. As you can see, it's rejected off the EMA multiple times. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Just keeps rejecting off the EMA, so it doesn't want to break that level clearly. The only things that I'm seeing at the moment, if I grab my little zone tool, is, for example, here you can see the arc. Like I said, price is kind of. I'm not going to have previous days in there. I'm just going to have this for now. Go up to the body, as you can see. Rejection. We did break through, but look at the candle. This comes from experience, which I feel like, obviously being in the market for like 5.5 years, is when it's struggling to break a certain zone, the only way it breaks is by a huge candle. I mean, it's come back into the zone, and look at this, bang, massive candle out, come back down. What did it do? It rejected off the zone and went up again. And what happened here again? Massive candle down. Okay, so this is clearly a zone here. You've kind of got head and shoulders, one left shoulder, head. You could say right shoulder. You could say right shoulder. If that, for example, if this is the right shoulder, we've broken the level, we'll come back up and retesting what's happening. You can see that the buyers are getting exhausted out here. There's not that many, and you've got the arc, like I said. Wait for the bullish engulfing, something on a smaller time frame towards the downside. Okay, you can target these lows. Here, for example. Okay. Something like this. Stop loss would be just above. You target the lows here. Already giving you a 1 to 2, bro. It's perfect. You know, so that's essentially what I'll be looking for. Exactly the same thing as Euro USD. Drop down to the 4 hourly time frame. You can see here that price is struggling clearly to break this level. Done the exact same thing. Look for a bearish engulfing, for example, somewhere around here, like this. Bang, 1 to 2, boom, you're in, you're out. Lovely stuff. You made your money. Happy days. 4 hourly time frame. More than enough. You don't need to wait the whole week. GJ now. GJ, I am also bearish. moment. I am bearish, but just from experience, I don't think price, unless we get something big or some piece of news, the price is going to continue dropping. It very well could, but just looking at the market, I mean, yeah, we struggled to break this zone, which was the high at the moment. Well, not really a zone, but we've struggled to break there. For example, price did have a big pushback up after this, after news. I remember news came out, we pushed back up, we created a new high, we stayed above that level. Realistically, this is the low, essentially, because we haven't broken that yet on the daily time frame. And actually, no, this was the previous high. It would have been the low from here, but we did break and close above. So now this is the low, and what have we done? We've broken beneath that. So this is the high, and this is the low, essentially. Make sure that is right. That is a low. This is a high. Still, we broke beneath that. We did break beneath this low. Yeah. So yeah, essentially this would still be the high. This would be the low. So we are bearish. So we look for something in between, which is like this. Perfect. As you can see, most of the stuff I have, you have like two sections. So you've got the upper section, the lower section. What I usually do is I wait for sells within inside of the lower section if I'm looking for shorts. If it's bearish, I will look for buys in the upper section if we're bullish. Essentially, with a zone in the middle that price could reject off of. So if we're inside the first section, I'll be waiting for price to break below into the second section and reject off of like a point of interest within inside of the second section. If it does, then we can look for price to continue to go down to the bottom of the previous low. If we break that low again, then price is clearly continuing bearish. Potentially look for these extra legs here. But in my opinion, these are the trades I'd be looking for. This leg, for example. If we break above the mid section where the point of interest is, then price is most likely going to continue bullish, so I wouldn't be looking for any trades there unless it's a bullish, so I'll be looking for the bullish leg. That's essentially how it is. But on GBP JPY, I'm bearish, so I think price is potentially going to come back up to here, reject off of this. If it gives me the arc and something like the arc and a bearish engulfing, I'll be looking for that leg to back to the downside. The only thing I don't like is we've already made this push down, so we can come back up and then reject and then come to make that push back down again. I prefer it if we was like midway inside, if we rejected off something like here. Something like that would be nice, and then made its way back up and then done that, because then we haven't already filled this space, this void here. So it's like that could be like an extra zone, if you will, which is like an extra quarter. So it comes back up, rejects, then gives me the arc, and then I get in, and then it breaks that low again, continues all the way down. Happy days, we've just gotten off that leg. I know there's a lot of drawing on here, but just follow with me. Yeah, breaks down, come back up, retest the midpoint, and then continue going down. That's what I'd prefer, but it is what it is. And we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said, we've got Euro USD, which is giving us a nice signal, and GBP USD, which is also giving us a nice bearish signal as well. So we'll have to see next week. Now, for my gamblers and my degens and people who just love to trade gold, which probably all of you TikTok bunch. Yeah, gold. If you've seen my previous video, I said gold is going up. I think the previous videos, obviously weeks ahead, I've said gold's gone up here, gold's gone up here, I've said gold's gone up here, I've said gold's gone up here, gold's gone up here. It's just gold just continues to go up. You have to just watch out for these legs down, which can obviously kill you. Big ones here, for example, big ones here. But gold at the minute is being super predictable. You just have to have a good entry. So yeah, if you break this high again, potentially look for another leg down to then continue to go up. You probably want to get in somewhere around here, or maybe look for shorts in here. But I don't know why you would short gold at the moment unless you're scalping and stuff like that, but it is still risky. I mean, gold is clearly just going up. As you can see, just every single day it's just up. So yeah, for me, gold's going up. I'll be looking for buys. Any pullbacks, buys. Short stop losses as well, because gold can just rip. As you can see, it just has days the whole week where it just flies up. Yeah, I'm not going over the Dow Jones or the S&P 500. Yeah, I'm just just not an indice trader. I'm not that good, to be fair, with indices. I want to learn and maybe make a switch to that in the future, but I'm happy with what I'm trading at the minute with FX and my commodity, so I'll leave it at that. And then you've also got Daddy Tatecoin, if any of you guys want to invest into Tatecoin, if you are Tate followers. Now would probably be a good time for cryptocurrency a little bit, because he has just been released. Well, he hasn't been released, he's already been released from prison, but he's found not guilty, so his price of his coin could potentially shoot up. But that's just a little bit of crypto there. I will add Bitcoin and Ethereum into here as well, because I'm going to start investing into a bit more stuff like that. It's just crypto's never really been my game, so we're definitely going to start learning. But without further ado, let me go over the summary. GBP USD, we are bearish and we will wait for the break of this level to sell. Euro USD, the exact same. We'll wait for the break to sell. My drawings are absolutely amazing. GBP JPY, we will also wait for shorts and confirmation. Usually take our entries on the 15 or the 5. So if you want to see the entries, once again, join the Telegram. It's free. Get the Discipline Playbook as well. That's also free. Help your psychology. Very good read. And then gold, obviously bullish. Leave it alone, and then Daddy Tatecoin, basically put in a buy and just pray crypto. Without further ado, I will catch you guys in the next one, because that is the end of the video. Leave a like and a comment. I'll make sure I remember to say that, and peace.